Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi, my name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are taking a look at two decks today, so grab a drink, grab a snack, and get comfy, and let's dive in. So first up, we're going to be taking a look at the Sion Tarot, but we will also be looking at the Scion Sigils. Both are by Luciana Pena, published by Artisan Tarot. I will put the retail price on screen now. They are published by Artisan Tarot. Thank you so much to Artisan for sending this my way. I have played around with these myself to kind of learn the system, and it's very well done. I find it very inventive and creative. So with that being said, let's take a look at the tarot first. And I did reorder this so you can experience it the way that I unboxed it. All right, 80 cards and a full color deck with a 150-page guidebook. The Scion Tarot brings the Rider-Waite-Smith tradition into a new era with hand-drawn illustrations inspired by the divine feminine, alchemy, and witchcraft. Immerse yourself in vibrant, inclusive imagery that features iconic figures from antiquity, esoteric symbolism, and ancient mythology. So the box is a sturdy top opening box with the symbols around the side here. Love the box. Before we get into the cards, I'm going to show you the guidebook here because it does have a little bit of a different feel to it. We do have a table of contents, which is great. The introduction, meanings of both the major and minor. We have tarot spreads in the back, and it is color printed. So she talks about her journey with tarot and then the brief history of tarot. So the Scion's tarot design is inspired by alchemy, witchcraft, and the divine feminine. It uses classic Rider-Waite symbolism as a starting point from which many different perspectives, energies, and experiences emerge. The art prioritizes inclusive representation. Women and minorities in particular can more clearly see their experiences, perspectives, and roles reflected in the Sion Tarot's vibrant and diverse palette of symbolism. Furthermore, its devotion to goddess energy leads to a more substantial female presence in the court cards and major arcana. Women are more prominent, demonstrating the true relatability of the human experiences and perspectives by challenging traditional gender role normalizations. And then it does have more information about that. I wanted to show you the changing some of the major arcana archetypes aims to create a more inclusive and feminist deck and explore the archetype of witches. By reimagining traditional tarot archetypes through a feminist point of view, this deck challenges conventional gender roles and empowers users to redefine their identities. Whether used for sessions, creative inspiration, or rituals, this deck offers guidance for those who seek to embrace and celebrate the divine feminine in all forms. So more traditional roles such as the Hierophant is a female. That one specifically is represented by Lilith. With the court cards, they're different. So the Guardian replaces the Page, and then it goes to the Queen. The Warriors are the Knights, and then spiritual gifts would be the Kings. And so it goes into more in depth as to why that is replaced. And then there's a little symbol and a blurb for each card. So with that being said, let's finally get into it. I just wanted to give you an overview so that way you understood how it was set up and how it was going to be used. So it's a linen deck, slight gloss. Cardstock is nice. It is reminiscent of the Bicycle brand. Not too thin, not too thick. It has shuffled beautifully. And I love the broomsticks here. And this gives you information on the author, artist. Okay, so some of them are renamed, and I just adore the art style because it's very similar to Pamela Coleman Smith's. So we have the beginning for the full. I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer here. The elevation for the Empress. the Gathering for the Lovers. And I love that, you know, we have the Sun and Moon. The Movement for the Chariot. Justice is number 8 in this deck, and this is representing Joan of Arc. The Wise One for the Hermit. The Fortune for the Wheel of Fortune. The Dream instead of the Hangman. And you can see how they played with the original imagery because this was from the Nine of Swords. Like you can just see how they kind of intermixed it, and I love that. The Disillusion for Death. It's condensed down and simplified, but it's not missing anything for me. Lucifer for the Devil. Liberation for the Tower. Love that. I like that the deck is colorful, but it's not overbearing. The Prophecy for Judgment. And the Universe for World. All right, so now we get into the Minor Arcana for the Wands. So fun. So we have the Guardian instead of the Page. Then the Queen. The Knight. Look at this little guy. And the Symbol. So the Reincarnation. Pentacles next. The mushrooms. The Manifestation. Next we have the Swords. So while things have been shifted around and changed a little bit, the structure is pretty much the same. The symbolism is there. It is a different type of deck. So if you are someone who is looking for a more witchy, divine feminine deck that keeps the traditional art style alive, just with a more modern feel, this might be for you. The Invocation. And Cups. The Premonition. Okay, let's shuffle these. Very nice. They shuffle super, oop, that was my fault. They shuffle super buttery, like they go in between each other really well. And then overhand shuffling this way. There we go. All right, so we're going to read for the Emperor. All right. This card depicts King Solomon on a large throne, symbolizing authority and foundational energy. His posture exudes control, and his long white beard and serious expression signify wisdom and experience. The Emperor's vibrant red robe and golden crown emphasize his power and status. He holds a sacred document in his right hand and a key in his left, representing negotiation and advocating for the highest forms of masculine energy. The appearance of the Emperor commands attention over earthly matters. Wisdom is a divine gift, crucial for self-governance and effective living. It calls upon us to establish clear agreements in peace and to approach all situations with organization, research, and discernment. The Emperor encourages vision and connection to what one wishes to manifest. In the upright position, the Emperor signifies authority, control, wisdom, and strategic planning. It encourages order, clear decisions, and strong leadership. In the reverse position, the card warns of rigidity, tyranny, stubbornness, and authoritarianism and domination. So correlation would obviously be the Emperor, and keywords wisdom, authority, masculinity, leadership, and organization. So it is a very thorough, comprehensive breakdown of the card's meaning. I did want to show you the back because we didn't do that for the spreads here. So we have the weekly energy reflection, so single card, the past, present, and future spread, dream interpretation spread, and then conclusion here with the final thoughts. So wonderfully done. I'm going to keep the Emperor out over here so we can come back to it because of this deck over here that we're going to tap into now. Okay, so we have the Scion Sigils. And this says, the Scion Sigils transforms the essence of the Sion Tarot's major arcana into 22 mystical symbols of power. Designed for focus and manifestation, it's the perfect tool to empower your rituals and illuminate your journey. Use it as a standalone deck to gain vision and direction, or pair it with the Sion Tarot for more comprehensive readings. So 23 cards and a 100-page guidebook. So similar setup with the top box container here. Very sturdy, beautifully rendered. The guidebook will tell you and break down everything again. So we do have, I believe, table of contents, right? Yes. So introduction, the meaning of the sigils, and then we have reading examples, and then the conclusion. So it gives you information on sigils and the backgrounds. Today, sigils are embraced by diverse spiritual traditions and practices, from witchcraft and paganism to chaos magic and beyond. Their creation has incorporated various methods, including letter combination, artistic abstraction, and digital design, reflecting the individual's intentions, desires, and creativity. So this one is a little different because it's created, the symbol is created by utilizing the imagery in the tarot's layout. So I thought it was really cool. In the example below, I'll show you how I created the Transcendent Sigil from the Prophecy Tarot card. I used the same method for all the cards in the deck. So again, this is just the major arcana. The image depicts the distinct, clear lines of the sigil intersecting and overlaying the figure from the prophecy. I've intentionally reduced this image by drawing lines and shapes that highlight the most important symbols and align with the image's structure. This process ensures that the sigil retains the prophecy's essential energy and meaning. The sigil's simplicity bridges the concrete imagery of the tarot and the abstract power of sigil magic. In addition to this symbolic connection, I visually connected each sigil with its corresponding tarot card. First, I matched the background of the sigil card to the background of the tarot card it represents. Second, I added the key elements from the tarot cards to the four corners of the sigil cards. These visual references further connect both decks, highlighting their magical properties. So again, very creative, very cool. You can use this in a couple of different ways. So you can use it as a standalone deck. You can use it in correlation with the tarot. You can use it for rituals. You can use it for your own, daily pull. However you feel like you want to utilize it. But it will give you information on how to do so. And then it goes into activating your sigils. So that's an important step too. If you want to take the symbols and write them or draw them on candles, bay leaves, whatever you name it, you can activate it through this way as well. And then it goes into the meanings. So let's flip through here. Same card stock as the tarot. And the back is very similar, as you can see. All right. So I thought this was a extremely cool concept. I liked how it wasn't the same type of sigils you see. It was very unique to her specific deck. So that was really cool to see. And I like that you can utilize this however you see fit. And you can totally see the remnants of the tarot. So I wanted to show you these two side by side so you can see how this was created utilizing that picture. So very, very cool. And they're simple enough that you can break down how to draw them and utilize them for your workings, your rituals, manifestations. You can take them with you, travel with them. All right. This one's a little harder to shuffle because there's less cards. So you'll see me struggle a little bit, but it still shuffles the same. Whoop! I am just having a hard time today with my hands. One more time. There we go. All right, and overhand. All right, we'll read for that one. But yeah, overhand works just as well. Okay, so we're going to read for release. All right, so you can see on the left here, the overlay. So cool. Release depicts two triangles, an amplified version of an hourglass, symbolizing impermanence and transformation. The vertical and horizontal lines depict the body of death with open arms, representing a welcome passage to the unknown. Release embodies liberation, transmutation, and closure. It helps you find the strength and clarity to let go of the past and transition towards the future. This sigil's transformative energy removes barriers to progress, such as past experiences, regrets, attachments, or even physical possessions, creating space for new opportunities and experiences. Use this sigil to facilitate productive endings and vibrant new beginnings. So usage: overcome past experiences, and keywords: letting go, closure, transformation, and change. So like I said, you can utilize this as part of a ritual. So if you are trying to end things and start it fresh or release anything, this would be good to utilize for that kind of a ritual. Or it can be in use with the tarot as far as a confirmation card. Or you can even use this as a signifier and then do your reading underneath it. Whatever you see fit to utilize, this is a really cool, really interesting and creative deck to kind of get to know. I have been having really cool readings with it and working with it. I think that this is something that if you are a tarot collector, that is absolutely something you should add to your list because it is so different and unique. And if you get one, I think you should get the other because again, they're meant to be worked with each other and, you know, they bounce energy off of each other as well. So I think it is very well done. I really do enjoy the art style. The meanings behind it are really well done. I feel like the thought behind the decks were really thought through, and it's just a welcome change to see something so different and unique be refreshed in the traditional art style of Pamela Coleman Smith. And now I would love to know what you all think. Let me know your thoughts. Is this something that you haven't seen before? Is this something that you think you would utilize? Is this something that you think you need in your collection? Let me know. And if you've made it this far in the video, drop a sun emoji to let me know you have. Thank you so much to Artisan Tarot for sending this my way. I am so excited to continue utilizing this because it's been very, very interesting to work with and very fun. And thank you all for hanging out with me today. I know this was a little bit of a longer video, but I am so happy you're here. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And if you haven't done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.